Happy Friday. I'm back with another Fridays 45 and hope you've all had a great week and are ready for your weekend. I'm going to go ahead and wish everyone happy Valentine's Day, but my song is not in theme with Valentine's Day. I decided to kind of stay away from the theme this week and go with one of my favorite Doors songs. And one of my favorite Doors songs is Roadhouse Blues. Roadhouse Blues is, this is the copy I have. I do not have an original. I have a Record Store Day promotion. It is a live version of Roadhouse Blues, and it was released a few years ago. And you can tell that it's a UK version because of the small hole. 45s in the UK, they opted for the quarter-inch hole, while we in the US had the large hole for our 45s. This one's also pressed on some really cool white vinyl. Roadhouse Blues, solid song. It was recorded in 1969 on November 4th and 5th. I know that some alcohol was involved a little bit with Jim Morrison on one of those days, so it was kind of hard to get a lot out of him. A couple years ago, I picked up this version of Morrison Hotel, which Roadhouse Blues comes off of, and also one of my favorite songs, Peace Frog. But I wanted to share this album with you because it gives you a lot of the different recordings of Roadhouse Blues on it. And it is also another Record Store Day release, and you can tell that they do limited editions, and right there they impose and press the number of this copy. So a lot of times on Record Store Days they'll do that when they're only making a certain amount of copies of an album, and so I picked this one up a few years ago. Great sound. I love to listen to the Roadhouse Blues on that one. So to make Roadhouse Blues, on those 2 days, they had the four of the guys in the group there, but they also picked up a couple other guys, and I want to talk about them. One was a guy named Lonnie Mack, and Lonnie Mack grew up around the Cincinnati area in West Harrison, and they said it was West Harrison, Indiana, so I guess Harrison goes into Indiana a little bit. But he actually did some session work at Fraternity Records in Cincinnati as he started learning how to play and things like that. He actually is quite the influencer in blues rock, and also with guitar soloing. So if you ever want to dig in deep into guitars a little bit, look into Lonnie Mack out of Cincinnati. I found it very fascinating, but I don't want to keep going on about that. Also, they brought in a harmonica player, and the harmonica player they brought in, his name was John Sebastian. John Sebastian actually played in the Loving Spoonful. He recorded under a different name because of contract issues. He is credited as G. Pugliese on the album, but it's actually him, and he is actually the singer of the Welcome Back Carter theme song. So kind of cool that this harmonica player got brought in to play, and I also find it cool that the bass that Lonnie Mack played is pretty distinct in this song. It's one of the most distinct sounds out of this song, and it's by that guy from Cincinnati. They released it in 1970. It didn't go far on the Billboard. You Make Me Feel was the A-side. Roadhouse Blues was the B-side. It's not that way with this record. This record, they have A Feast of Friends on the B-side and Roadhouse Blues, a live version on that side. Some ask, where was the Roadhouse? Well, there was a bar called the Topanga Corral. I think it's called the Topanga Corral. Yeah, it's called the Topanga Corral. It was located in Malibu, and supposedly Jim Morrison bought a cabin for Pam behind it, or rented it. Not sure, but when they talk about bungalows, that's what they're referring to, and a lot of people think it's this bar where groups like Canned Heat and Linda Ronstadt used to hang out there, from what I understand, but it burnt down in '86. But they believe that's the bar they're talking about in the Roadhouse. So great song, just a fun tune, one of my favorite Doors songs, and I'm glad I snagged a copy of this, and also the Sessions one. If you get a chance, go ahead and listen to it. But my question for you this week is this: speaking of roadhouses, they say this is the ultimate beer bar song to sing. Like when you go into a bar, this is a great song to hear in a bar with a beer. One of the first times I heard of the bar was down at the Electric Lady down in Madison, Indiana. I remember it distinctly. It sounded so good down at that bar, and a great little bar to watch it in. But my favorite bar to watch a live show in would probably be Tootsie's in Nashville. I want to know, what is your favorite bar to go to for live music? There's so many around. You've got so many around the cities you guys live in. We have the Hi-Fi. I love to go down to the Hi-Fi in Indianapolis, a great little bar to watch live music. What is your favorite live music venue to go to see in your area? I hope you have a great weekend and stay warm, and I will see you on the flip side.